this panel out kind of rough here, you got to remember the parts that is no good that you're throwing out, you can brutalize them as much as you want to. The part that you know you have to save, you got to kind of make sure you trim those in pretty good shape. But this is just a rough cut. We're almost ready to knock this piece out. It's only got a few spot welds, which I can get better from this direction. Now before you knock this panel out, one of the things that you want to do is make some common measurements. And you can scratch them into the paint that are different from on either side of where this is being cut. Now you also got tabs from the panel that you're keeping that you can bend back, and your cut is underneath of it. So if you scribe where this panel fits on the used part that we're going to put in, when these two pieces line up, it'll let you know that when you put it back together, it will line up. You can do the same thing here on this cut. We have a common hole here where there's a tab that goes over the top of this. When we cut the other side, if these two tabs line up, then your measurements should be pretty close. But you also want to make an overall measurement. You want to make an overall measurement where we're cutting this panel. If you notice the way we're cutting this panel, we're cutting it two different places. We zigzag or overlap where we're cutting it. That gives us a way that gives us something to adjust it. Now what we're going to do wherever we make these butt connections is we cut these little small pieces that we can put inside here. The reason we do that is when they're welded in, when you overlap the other panel, it gives you something to line the thing up. Are they necessary? A lot of guys would say it's not, but something I like to do. Let's look at the other panel here. We'll see what we've done on it. We've trimmed away all the pieces of the part that we're saving on the car. Now you can do this crude. You can rip these pieces off. What you're trying to do is dress up or save the pieces that you want. We've done, you can see here, we've done that same overlap cut that will be on the other side. We were stuck with having to where we cut this here to make our joint. So we had to cut the other panel to finish there. But if you see where that other panel I told you that overlaps, I've scribed it. So when the other panel goes on, if it lines up with this mark that I scribed, that should give us the right distance. And I've also done the same thing on the other side. You scribe the mark. You'll notice this is really made in two different panels, and this inner panel is not attached to this outer panel. That is all hooked together by the floor, which the floor has a 90-degree angle and is spot welded in two different places. We want to go, now what we're going to do is spend a bunch more time because we have to do what we call dress this up. We got to eliminate all of these places where there's undercoating, and we need to clean this up so when we weld we've got clean metal to clean metal. You can see how it's crude at this point. Next time we come back and show some more of the video, we'll have this stuff cleaned up.